Hey guys, this is Coach Derek, co-host of the Soapboxing Podcast. Man, ever since I found this Anchor app, I tell you, podcasting has become a lot simpler and a lot easier to do. They distribute the podcast over several platforms, and you have to do no work. I tell you, man, if you're interested in doing podcasting, you need to download the Anchor app. That's ANCHOR.FM. You can get started today with the Anchor app and do whatever your heart desires.
Ladies and gentlemen, the moment is here. The main event of the evening. I'm Jeremiah Gallegos, your world-class ring announcer, to introduce Soapboxing Podcast. And now, to introduce your host, Derek, a.k.a. Coach. And across the ring, introducing Matty Fresh. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's golden time. Time to tune in.
Hey guys, this is Coach Derek. I want to give a shout out to our new sponsor, Pueblo Boxing. Y'all be sure to check out Pueblo Boxing. They have unique and high quality boxing gear and novelty gifts. You can find the gear at soloboxing.com. That's SOLO boxing.com. Check it out, man. They do quality work.
Hardware, man. S-E-A-A-D-O. Got the Latin American camera.
They got some trainers say, and some fighters say, well, I don't watch videos of the guy fighting. I let the coach watch it. Hey, man.
Guys, one thing we know for sure about Wilder, he hit you clean. Right. And this woman whooped the whole world twice. The whole world.
And I'm really liking that new intro we got.
That was legit.
Y'all must be legit. What's going on? Good morning. It's another Saturday morning. Soapboxing Podcast.
I know you stay training, bro. Fight or not.
Yeah, well, you got to at these times. I mean, shoot, I'd have been a full-fledged heavyweight if I took any time off.
I know that's right,
What
bro.
people don't know is I was legitimate before I really got into boxing. And 215, and I mean, not Anthony Joshua looking, but I mean, solid, strong, physically strong. So it's not hard for me to get to that point quickly.
That was from football? That was from football? Being that size?
Do I have problems? Can I fight at that size?
No. I said from football is why you was that big or what?
Yeah. We just, you're in the weight room quite a bit. You're eating every single day. I was 215. I think I did, and it wasn't impressive. You're going to see a lot of guys. I wasn't the biggest, football player, but I did about 225. I think about 17 times. I mean, I was, I could play with them, but those boys were big. When I was like, yeah, maybe I could just entertain this boxing thing a little. These guys right here, boy. Woo.
And it's easy. It's easy to put those pounds on when you're not doing anything, man.
Man,
I can go the whole week training at the gym, be a certain weight all week, and then Friday roll around and I get real lazy with my eating, and I just started eating. And then come Monday, I step on that scale. I'm like, fuck, man, that's 10 pounds just in 2 days. What the hell happened?
I mean, I go on a little vacation. I promise 10, 15 pounds like that.
Like that. Yeah, buddy. So how's it been with the whole COVID thing?
Man, I mean, it was a little bit difficult early. You know, a lot of the, you know, when it was real strict and everybody was kind of, the gym shut down and no one was really going out. I mean, you know, March, April, May was like, you know, we were kind of BSing on phones with each other. Hey, who's doing something? You know, hey, I did this. What'd y'all do? You know, just some of my clients, some of my, you know, my buddies, just like, hey, I did this workout. What'd y'all go do? You know. I tried to make my whole garage into a gym. You know, I took everything out. Got a bag hung up in there. You know, got some weights. It was just, you know, you had to do what you had to do. But I found myself almost doing more weight training than actually boxing training. When I started actually boxing again, man, you know, you hear the, you know, the old school, like, don't be lifting heavy, it'll slow you down. You know, I mean, I was always like, well, if you train with heavy weights and then you train with speed, you should maintain, you know, your reflexes and your speed. But I wasn't doing speed stuff. I was just doing a bunch of powerlifting stuff. And when I started trying to box, I tell you what, you can't even hit a bag. It's like, man, you're so. No. But I was like, well, I think I was probably 215, and I was too tight. Everything was just up here, like all of my arms, and I wasn't doing a whole lot of legs. I couldn't hit the bag for nothing.
That's because you didn't have a milkshake man.
What's that?
You should have had a milkshake man with your powerlifting. Then it would have all worked out.
drink your protein shakes and. How has
right when that pandemic hit, y'all was down to the wire. LT Break Promotions did the weigh-in, right?
Did. Man,
y'all was weighing in, and then you came on a live video saying they shut us down.
We really, at that point when it was so early, really thought that we could get it. We were gonna kind of just stay strong,
wiggle through,
and just will through it. And it didn't go in our favor. You know, it just, you know, it didn't. And now at the times it's even tougher now to try to put a show on. Now it's even more difficult.
And it's not just y'all, because remember they okayed Joe and them,
mm-hmm.
and Robert was on that fight, gonna fight for the ABO title, and I think Tuesday, the fight was Friday. Tuesday they shut it down, but it was okay to put up to the fight and promote it and all that, and they shut it down 3 days before the fight. I think
it's hard because you're losing. I mean, everybody's losing. I mean, fighters are losing time. You know, promoters are losing money. You know, fighters are losing money because it ain't. I mean, you know, it costs the training. You know what I mean? I mean, you spend a lot of time on yourself, and a lot of, you know, you are your own business. So you spend a lot of time on yourself, and it's that time you don't get back, and you hope to get in the ring, and it doesn't happen. It's not only, you know, almost depressing. It's just like, I mean, it hits fighters a different way. People don't understand when you got something built up and all of a sudden it's scrapped. It hits you a different way. I mean, it's just, I mean, you know, I mean, I'm not a big crier. I mean, I can't say that. A good movie will make me cry. I can't say that. A good movie.
Depending on if it's the scene when Mickey died, or.
Yeah. You get on the scale and then you're like, "Hey man, your fight ain't gonna happen. Sorry." Like, what? Like, and you want to cry.
What has communication with the commissioner been? With the commission been like? What are they talking about? Has there been any updates? What?
Man, right now, honestly, it's been kind of on a radio silent.
Really?
October was supposed to be nothing gonna happen in October. But we kind of been sending some emails. A lot of the promoters in Texas have done a great job. We've all been communicating with each other, and we're all trying to get on the same page, whether we got to work together to put on one show just because of the stipulations that are being put on us. Even with no live, even if we just we can't have an audience, can we all bound together and try to put something together in an area for ourselves in Houston? Us and Joe and Force Train, if we can get together somehow and make something work, where we can, it helps all parties and fighters get fights, and we do it. But we're ready to make that happen. Every promoter, I think, is, but the state kind of is. It doesn't answer emails and won't ease up on some of the
Uh-oh.
This is Coach Jaime's part of the show.
Somebody done called in. That's all.
Oh.
You gotta put your phone on off. Somebody called you?
Yeah, that was my son. He was calling me. Yeah, I forgot to tell him.
Hey,
no, but it's they haven't let up on what they're willing to do, and so they haven't even really answered any emails on October. You know what I mean? With the cases going down and us sending in just different verbatim on what's happening around the city. There hasn't been very much feedback on, hey, this is what it's looking like for you guys. It's like sticking to the guns of not letting us out for the year.
Your gut feeling with everything that's going on. What are you thinking? Early 2021? Do you think we're gonna get a show in by the end of the year?
Yeah, I wouldn't say to the beginning of the year that we're probably. My gut feeling tells me how the schools roll back in. We're gonna see how the state's gonna see how it goes with the school system. See how some of these the backing off of the mask thing starts to go. See how some of those things happen, and I think that's gonna really dictate. Let's see how the sports go in high school. Kids are playing football. Let's see how I think that's kind of gonna be something kind of sitting on, waiting to see what happens, and hopefully all that goes well. And I think then combat sports can really happen. But I really feel like it could happen right now. I think by October, November, we should have been able to be putting on shows.
How's the bounce back been with the gym? Have you been seeing a lot of people come back and getting involved in the gym?
Man, it's probably 50-50. Some don't want to be there when there's a lot of people. Some are just straight up like, hey, I'm game, I'm down. We're cleaning, we're sanitizing, we're coming in. They want to train, no mask. Some they want to be there, and then some are like, hey, I'm not leaving the house. I'm staying home. I got little kids, or I got older parents, and you have to respect that. You just said, hey, I get it. Hey, I have a lot of private clients that I train, so even at that, they're like, we just train outside in the garage, and you're seeing a lot of guys, a lot of people that can do that use boxing for their own physical and mental, getaway. They stay home. They don't really want you to go to their house, but it's been 50-50. It's touch and go. It hasn't been wide open, but it isn't. Nobody's really shying away, full time.
Yeah. Yeah, I think with us, the kids are the ones that have stayed away the most, and I think the parents probably have taken that precaution and say, "Hey, we're not going to be sending our kids to the gym." But we've had some pretty good turnouts with adults, and along with those private one-on-ones. We've gotten a bunch of those as well. So I don't know. I think the general public is ready to get back to normal, and people are trying to do what they can and do their part. It just seems like it's the government officials and the local officials that are really slowing us down.
I think it's better to
absolutely. I think a lot of people are really ready to get out there. I lost you. Go ahead. I'm getting a lot of static.
Yeah, you cut out for a second.
My phone or what?
I think it's better to. You can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
It's cutting in and out. I'm hearing you in spots. Okay.
I think it's always better to err in the side of caution, man, because but I follow the trends.